Hey guys, Crypto Jarhead here with a Teris update. I do apologize for the lack of videos lately. I have transitioned into being full-time Mr. Mom. Me and the wife were fortunate enough to have a couple months of income saved up to cover our bills for a couple months until I could go back to school and for the GI Bill to kick in. So we decided, especially considering we'd pretty much have to pay what my wife makes in a month for daycare. Not quite, but pretty darn close. We were looking at about $1,000 a month for daycare. Because Southern California is just great. It's super affordable to live in. It just wasn't worth it for both of us to work. So we decided that if I went back to school, I would have time to be a primary caretaker and spend an hour or two every day doing schoolwork. And this way we could also sustain the income and not have to pay $1,000 a month in childcare. Because wow, that's ridiculous. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. You guys don't really want to hear about that kind of stuff. Let's talk Teris. What's going on with Teris? So we had a week's worth of ARB coin to sell. And the day I was going to sell it, the price just tanked, man. It was holding strong around $5-6. And then suddenly it was $3. So I wasn't willing to take a 50% hit. I don't think you guys would have accepted that either. So we decided to wait a week to see if the price would recover a little bit. And it has not. It is still hanging in the $2 to $3 range. Now there's a couple of factors to that. The price of ETH also tanked, which of course affected arbitrage. But regardless, we just feel it would be a huge mistake to sell everything we have at this price. So what we're going to do is we're now going to split into 3 different holding patterns. Okay, so we have this 104 ARB right here in the earned wallet, just waiting. And we have 103.5 on the exchange right now. 103.287, sorry. On the exchange right now, the price I put was 0.025. That'll give us 2.58, which is enough for 4 payments. So with a little bit of patience, we should see that price sometime in the next day or two, because it's not too much higher from what it's trading for right now. It is stretching it just a little bit, but I'm confident that we'll see that price in the next day or two. And once it happens, I'll go ahead and pull the ETH out, send it over to Teris, and get 4 people paid. So what we're going to do moving forward until the price recovers is we're going to sell 50% of what we earn. And we're going to hold the other 50% to sell at a better price. So that'll, slow down the payments that we're able to do. But also, we're hoping to have a couple hundred ARBs ready to sell by the time the price recovers. Because word on the street is that Cletus is coming back, and he's bringing his boys with him this time. Sometime before the new year, hopefully. We'll see. And if it hasn't happened in a month, then we'll reevaluate. And, at that point, we'll just have a whole bunch of ARBs that we could just go ahead and sell. To go ahead and pay Teris. Now, we do still have... come on, phone. Why you do this? Okay. We do also still have that 266... 265.99, whatever. 266 ARB that we're holding to put into the ABOT at a price of no less than $15. So this way we'll be able to pay people as we're waiting. We're still waiting for that $15 to $20 price point. You know, that's the range that we want because that'll just about double our ABOT. You know, so we'll be able to pay twice as many people out per week at that point. Now, if this thing takes off and just shoots up, you know, and we hit $20, but it's just been shooting, I might wait a little bit to pull the trigger and wait for it to slow down a little bit, see if we can't squeeze 22, 23, you know, hell, maybe even 30. That'd be nice. But I'm not expecting that. But $15 to $20, I think, is definitely achievable within the next month or two. You know, once Cletus brings his boys, we should be able to see a price pretty close to that. So we'll have a much bigger ABOT soon. For the time being, we have deactivated the auto reinvest just so we can scoop up more ARB at this cheap price to sell some now and wait for a better price to sell the rest. And once we've gotten back up to the $6 or $7 price range, you know, or if we just shoot right past that and we get to a point where we can put that 266 back in, you know, at that point we'll also reactivate the 25% reinvest. So this way our ABOT is constantly growing, regardless of new plays or not. You know, so that's everything that's going on with Teris. Now, I'm going to switch gears for a minute so I can talk about the gears. See what I did there? Boom. We ran into a little bit of a problem when it came to paying out gears. We were working under the assumption that we could just inject Ethereum into the contract without creating new plays in order to pay people out. That was what our programmer had told us. Unfortunately, he's not the same guy that wrote the original contract, so he was mistaken on that. Now, me, Bones, and another programmer, we spent a good hour and a half, 2 hours just playing with this contract, reading the whole damn thing, trying to figure out a way that we could do this, and we can't do it. You know, we tried all of these windows. We tried 1 and 2 and 3. You know, we weren't really holding our breath on that because that's probably an owner function. We did not do these because those are owner functions, you know, and we did 6. The only one that worked was 6. However, there's a caveat to that. If you use that, you're creating a new play. That is the backdoor to play gears without going through the UI. So that presents a couple of different problems. First and foremost, it creates new plays, which means we need an additional 25% Ethereum versus just straight injection. Now, if we were only talking about a total of 10 to 15 ETH, maybe that's worth eating. But we're talking about 248 Ethereum needed to clear the gears via straight injection. So you add 25% on top of that, and it just adds another, I think it was 70 ETH that we needed. So that's like creating a fourth gears that we need to clear. So that's just, it's a lot. It's a lot of Ethereum. It's even more than is already a lot of Ethereum. And that extra Ethereum that gets generated to throw in there doesn't even go to anybody. It would go to the whale accounts associated with this contract. Not even Dan, the Revolution man, he can't even pull that Ethereum out, like, to send back to us to play more, to pay more people, or, you know, or anything. It would go to nobody. It would just go to these dead whale accounts that no one can do anything about. So that's a little ridiculous. On top of that, we're limited to the play limit per Gears game. So this one, for example, is a 0.05 limit. That's all we can inject at once. Or all that we can play at once is 0.05. This one's got, I think, 64 Ethereum, I believe, that needs to be played. So you can divide that by 0.05, you know, and then add 25% on top of that to get the number of transactions that we would need. That's a lot of gas, guys. You know, I know Jarhead usually says gas price is fairly negligible. You know, even that max cost that pops up. It's rarely anything even close to that. But you multiply that by freaking 1,300 transactions, and that's even more Ethereum that we would need to have to go ahead and pay this thing out. So, long story short, the plan that we had in place is just not viable. It's not feasible. It's not efficient. We can't really do it. However, we do have a solution, and I will be the first to admit, it is not a perfect one, but it's what we've got going on here. And I had already done this video once, and little man kept interrupting me. And so I decided to scrap it and start over because he's down for his nap now. So I knew that I would have, 10, 15 minutes at least where I could just do a video. So if you go to our website, wardogsgaming.net, and you click on this little menu button right here, you click on the Games tab, there's a Gears payment request form. It's a Google form that we need you guys to fill out. Okay, so it's for our own internal records so that we can compile a payout list. Because we can't go through the contract, we're going to have to do it manually. However, if we just went from the payout list line, that's still a couple thousand transactions. And that's a whole lot of gas. That's just crazy. So we're not going to be able to pay everybody, but I'm going to be asking a whole bunch of other YouTubers to help us get the word out on this to get as many people as possible paid. So we're going to create our own little payout line. We need you to fill out this form to get onto the payout line. Okay? All you need to do is come to this page, and you only need to fill out these two boxes. Now, this is your Gears wallet address that you played the Gears with. And this is the total ETH that is owed to you. So if you use the same wallet for all 3 games and you're still in all 3 games, you only need to submit one form. Just total up the total, how much you're owed throughout the games, and put that in here. And what we will do once we get this form is we'll check this address that you put in, we'll look at the payout lines, and we'll just verify it. Just a quick verification that you do actually owe the Ethereum you're claiming to, because some people with less scrupulous standards could easily just submit a form and try and get some free Ethereum. So we're not just going to blindly send Ethereum to people. We want it to go to the people that it's actually owed to. And then we do have a space that you can put your email in. That is optional. We don't really need that information. It's just there for if we have any issues with your account. That way we can send you an email and say, hey, we're having this problem. It's not going through. Can you double check your address, or do you have another address you want us to send it to, or whatever the case may be. But that's optional. We shouldn't have that issue at all. We just wanted to have it as an option for people that didn't mind. But if you're one of those guys from the older days in crypto where you don't give out your wallet, you don't let everyone know what your information is, we completely understand that too. That's why it's optional. You don't need one. Now, if you have multiple wallets in the Gears, we do need a new form for each wallet. So if you wanted to spread it around, like I said, if you're one of those guys from back in the old dark crypto days where you really needed to hide your wallet and you didn't want people watching what was going into the Gears, what was coming out of the Gears, and so you played with 3 or 4 different wallets, we're going to need a new form for each wallet because there's no way for us to know that you have 2 or 3 other wallets in there. So just fill out a new form for each wallet, and just, all we need is the wallet address and the total so we can verify and send it along to you. Now, obviously, we don't have the ETH ready to go right now. It's going to be first in, first out as far as filling out the form goes. Because a lot of those people that are in the payout line right now, a lot of them have walked away from crypto. A lot of them have already written it off and just don't give a shit, as evidenced by the small amount of plays that we've gotten in Teris. There's really not that many plays. So We're hoping that it's really just more people don't have the Ethereum to put in versus they just don't care. But we can only do what we can do, guys. The original plan's not going to work because the contract just won't support what we wanted to do with it. And this is our really only viable option to at least pay some people back. So spread the word. If you know people that are stuck in the gears, let them know that we have a payout list form that they need to come fill out so that we can get them their Ethereum when we get it. I'm going to be asking the rest of the team at WPI to make a couple of videos just about that to try and get the word out to as many people as possible. We're trying to pay as many people as we possibly can. But we do need some help. So that's what's going on with Gears. I do apologize. It's not what any of us wanted. This is not the solution we were looking for. You know, this is not, we're not really happy with this. But we went around and around and around for the past week, and this is the best that we can do. So I do apologize for that. You know, but let's go ahead and help as many people as we possibly can. You know, that's why we started this thing, was to help people. So let's go ahead and do that. In other news, I spent a good hour and a half on the phone with a new project that will be coming out soon. And this thing is going to be pretty big. I'm actually very, very excited about it. You know, it's got a little something for everybody. You know, but I just can't really go into a whole lot of details yet because it's not ready to be unveiled yet. But there is something very, very big in the works, guys. I wish I could take credit for it, but it's not my project. I've been focused on Teris and War Dogs. But that doesn't mean that I completely pulled out of everything else. You know, I'm not keeping my ear to the ground for everyone else. You know, and of course the team at WPI, we're always looking for new stuff to bring to everybody. And we think this is going to be huge. So stay tuned. Once there's more information and once I can release information on it, we'll be doing some videos about it. I'm not going to be the only one doing videos on it, but it's going to be pretty big. I'm pretty excited about it. So stay tuned for that. And honestly, I'm starting to feel like maybe I'm getting this, Susie Housemaker thing down to where I can start making some more videos because the transition's been a little rough so far. I got to hand it to you ladies, you know, and other guys that do this. I had no idea how much work went into housekeeping and staying with the kids and raising them. It's exhausting. It's a lot of work. I completely underestimated what I was in for. And so that's taken a lot of my attention. But I think I'm starting to get the hang of it. So I should be able to make some more videos, more frequent videos, fairly soon. So I'm excited for that. Because I miss you guys. You know, it's weird. You know, I love reading the comments from you guys. I love hearing from you guys. You know, it's what it's all about, is the community. And I feel like I've been a little absent from it the past couple months. You know, and I'm excited to return. You know, I think I'm pretty close to being able to come back at least like 80-90% of what I was before baby number 2 came along. Oh man, it's crazy. Good crazy. I'm very happy. Just incredibly busy all the time. So that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. Teris is moving along. The Gears we have a plan to move forward with, and there is a whole new thing coming up that I'm excited about. So that's what's going on in Jarhead Land. I'll see you guys later. Jarhead out.